Good morning. 4 o'clock in the morning again. I'm awake. I went to sleep probably about 1 o'clock in the morning. And the weird thing is, uh, I don't really feel tired or exhausted. I don't feel manic like I normally would if I don't sleep because of stress. I'm just like, I have this crazy peace about me. Um, and I just know that it's the grace of God. The Bible says that that the word grace means God's undeserved favor. And this whole thing right here, this whole process is kind of really taking me down a path of making amends. I have a lot of people in recovery, a lot of friends in recovery, and they always speak to me about making amends of the people that they wronged and things that they've done. And it's not that I need their forgiveness. It's not that I need to make any kind of public show, but I just need to let them know that they didn't deserve what I did to them. They didn't deserve how I hurt them. And it's just it's a great honor, that God even allows us the opportunity to make amends with some of the people that we've hurt. I've hurt a lot of people, like I remember reading this thing from Jonathan Edwards, a famous preacher back in the days. And after one of his sermons, a woman comes up to him and tells him, "That was such a great sermon. You moved me. Like, I felt God in all of your words." And he just kind of looked at her with a blank stare, and he says, "Woman, if you could read the thoughts in my mind, you'd spit in my face." And here's like the duality of man. This guy, he spoke this crazy sermon that really moved people, and he was passionate about it because he felt it. He felt what God was speaking through him. But on the other side, he also realized that he was a sinful man with struggles and thoughts that were evil that he had to deal with every day. So it's just really important to make amends with people. It's just important to let people know that, like, I'm sorry, but don't say I'm sorry, but, or I'm sorry, and it's just like, I'm sorry. Be specific. I remember when my dad died, going back to when my dad died, there was just a lot of things that happened within my family that hurt me. And I'm not like trying to say that like I was in the right with all of this stuff, but there's definitely a lot of things that could have been done differently, and it freaking wounded me. It like added pain on top of what I was already feeling. So I freaking cut my family off. Like, I didn't talk to my mom, my brother. I didn't talk to a lot of people for, I think it was almost 2 years. And then, one day I'm like, Melinda and I went to visit my son Josh and Amanda in Colorado, and we're having dinner, and we get this crazy call from Marie and I don't even remember who, but a bunch of people. I know that my cousin's wife was there. She's a nurse, and basically my mom had an aneurysm. And again, I hadn't talked to my mom in a long time, and she had an aneurysm, and they wanted me to know and kind of, I think they put me on video to know what was going on, um, before she was flown to the Alice Keck Hospital in LA from Ventura, because there's a chance that she couldn't make it on the way there, and all kinds of things. And you know what? I didn't think about what had happened. I didn't think about how much I thought that I hated my family because of the way that I felt that they wronged me. I didn't think about any of that thing. I just kind of like jumped right away to prayer and thinking about how can I get a flight back the next day. And it's it's crazy because like Melinda and I had been going through a lot of stuff, and it was basically my doing, things that I had done when I was broken, and being broken is no excuse. But there she was, like, supporting me. got on a flight, went back, went to the hospital, met with the family. My mom had to have like a surgery, and it was like basically a 50-50 chance. Like she goes into the surgery, she could live or she could die. And it was pretty serious. But you know what? None of the things that had happened in the past mattered. None of what she had done or how my mom hurt me mattered. All that mattered was like my mom and hoping that she would be okay. Um, just thinking about my family, like all my nieces and nephews, and I was like, bam, in the same position, being like the oldest boy. Everybody's kind of looking to me, and they're gauging my emotions. And it's crazy because at that time I hadn't been the best example. I went from trying to be a semi good example and leading people in the right way to just completely falling and disappointing a lot of people. And it just, none of that even mattered. I'm just like, the only thing I can think of right now is that my mom makes it, and then we don't go through this again. And she made it. She made it through, and and we were okay. But I just kind of want to go back to before that surgery. She sat down with me and let me know what was going to happen. This is the first time we had really talked in a while. But she told me, I want to apologize to you for this, and this. Very, very specific. Going back to when I was a child, right? And she said that she was sorry and that I didn't deserve that, and that I didn't deserve for my parents to put the weight of me carrying my brothers and sisters and all of the trauma that they had put me through. She really thought that through. And she was very specific on what she said. And at that moment, all that stuff was gone. And the reason why is because she was so specific, knowing she spoke to my heart. I just wanted her to say that she was sorry for specific things, not like I'm sorry but, or I'm sorry with an excuse. See, there's a lot of people that say I'm sorry for things, but they just say I'm sorry in general to try to avoid the exact things, which means that they've never taken accountability or tried to make those things right within themselves. That was a powerful thing. And I mean, many years have come. My mom's healthy. My mom's helping take care of people, counseling families, counsel a lot of people that I know. And all that kind of that inner healing kind of helped me take a step back and look at the journey that my mom had to make, the trauma that she had been through, uh, the things that she had to endure just to be where she was. And I started to look at my mom with eyes of love and eyes of admiration again, like when I was a kid. She was the one that taught me to draw. She was the one that taught me the Bible. She was the one that taught me to read. As passionate as I am about God, and as passionate as I am about history and art and music, my mom taught me all of those things. She became a hero in my eyes again. See, my view of her was fractured when I saw her go through her addiction. And I was so angry and I was so disappointed that I went down a spiral in my own life, But my mom was just a kid when all of that happened. And she did the best that she could. And it really it takes me back to my sister. And watching her she was a really good sister. She's only a year older than me, but she treated me like a baby and took care of me. Like just kind of babied me, and I didn't like being babied, I wanted to take care of her and protect her, and I was always her protector. I was always jumping to her defense. Seeing her be abused and threatened to kill somebody if they touched her again, and just all those different things, being her protector. But I saw her life. I saw the things that she went through, and she was so freaking unbelievably happy all the time. And the last couple years were not her best years, she started like really acting out of character, and I hope people don't base the last couple of years, their opinion on the last couple of what she did in the last few years as who she was. I'm glad that people are pointing out more of the beautiful things that she's done, and how they impacted her. But she fell. She fell. She fell hard. She let her kids down. She let herself down. But really, what it was the weight of life. It just got to her, and it broke her. And she didn't deserve to go out this way. She didn't deserve to be to have her life taken from her. She didn't deserve any of that. She didn't deserve to be in the streets. It's just like it's a shock. But I guess I share all of these emotions in this early morning just to tell you that there is forgiveness, there's grace, there's moving forward, and we don't have to wait for someone to be gone before we love them. And I know with all my heart that my brother Andy knew that I loved him, and I told him all the time. When we would talk for a moment, he was out of prison, and it was just us, and he was loving, and he would say things like, "I love you." How are my nieces and nephews? Just being a completely normal person, not having to act like a hard prisoner. And I know that when I talked to my sister, it was all love. All of our message, our love, my big little brother, this and that. With my dad, with all these people that I've lost, I know that they knew how much I loved them. But don't waste the time to make amends with people. Don't waste the time to make things right with people. Um, you might not have any time. The biggest lie that the devil can make us believe is that there's always time. There might not be time. So I share these like raw thoughts with you, and I hope that it make you make amends with that person that you've done wrong. Now things may never be the same with your relationship, or maybe they will. Maybe they'll be better. But at least you've done what's right, and at least you can impact that person. Just share your thoughts. Share that light, like God says, let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and believe. Give somebody hope. Be that person that you've needed when you were at your most broken. God bless you guys. God bless your families. And may God shine his light on you always.